with one of the greatest young players the game has ever seen. Luka the Don has earned that distinction in his first 2 years. The Mavericks host the Portland Trailblazers tonight at 9:30 Eastern. Luka has joined some rare company this year already. Luka has 12 25-point triple-doubles this season. Only the other two guys on that list have done it quicker in a single season. Luka's 20 triple-doubles before turning 21 are more than double that of LeBron and Magic combined at that age. 3D, Luka turns 21 at the end of February. Has he had the best career for anyone before they turn 21?
Great question. So far, the numbers
Not saying best player, but career.
Well, so far, the numbers, challenge that question or give you the thinking that could be the fact. What I want to point out, though, Sam, is that he has checked all the boxes. When you get drafted, how you handle your rookie year, when you go home for the summer, what do you bring back? And he's shown me now his toughness is there. So then, Sam, I had to do some extra research, like, well, why did he slip? Why didn't he go number one? So
makes no sense now.
Well, it lets you think about, sometimes we overanalyze guys. Sometimes we look at the tape from guys overseas and say, well, the tape doesn't make sense. It looks too slow. Then you see him in person and you go, wait a minute, maybe my eyes are perceiving me. When you come back your second year and he's putting up the triple-doubles the way he's doing it, he's making everyone around him better. Tim Hardaway, Finney Smith, all those guys around him, Powell, all these guys are playing better basketball when he's on the floor, Sam. So that lets me know they missed the little thing. Lastly, they said, well, he was a little immature. Maybe that's why he slipped. Well, he was only 16, 17 years old playing European basketball, getting
How
MVP.
can he be immature?
Right? So then he rips his jersey the other day. Everyone kind of freaks out a little bit. Social media goes crazy. So I said, if we slipped up because he was 16 or 17 years old, ripping his jersey overseas, and that's why he didn't go number one, then we missed out.
Well, he's not like a Houston Astros player because they can't rip their jersey.
Oh,
There's something under there saying.
Allegedly.
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 Where are you on this, Sam? 21 years young. Is he has the best start to his career at that age?
Yeah, but Chris, we got to start putting this thing in eras, man. I mean, it is unfair to talk about Wilt Chamberlain like he didn't exist. Like, people forget, what would Wilt, in the era in which he played, I would say this, in the past 25 years, yes. Of course, Luka Doncic, look, what he's doing right now is unprecedented. He's playing, look, rebounding, scoring, assists. The thing that blows my mind, to Dennis' point, when you start talking about overanalyzing why he wasn't the number one pick, look, I can see if Luka was 6'1",
right,
6'2",
right.
But in today's NBA, you're telling me Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can't play together. That's what you're saying. You're saying LeBron James couldn't play with Dwayne Wade in Miami.
Right.
And that's what you're saying. So at 6'8", this is the thing. Forget the position. He can play multiple. He can play the 1, 2, 3, or the 4.
Do we have positions now?
Yes, basketball today
really
is position. It's about skill.
Who has a skill with the ball in their hand that can make plays for their team and win more ball games?
If you're 6'10", guy is your best ISO guy, guess what's going to happen? The coach going to draw plays to get him ISOs.
So that's one 20-year-old. How about the other 20-year-old rookie?
Making the grade. The NBA.com midseason report cards were released, and these are the highest grades that were available. Looking pretty good. Some we all agree with, some we may question, right? Remember, at home, you can go to NBA.com if you want to dive into them a little deeper. So, Smitty and Channing, I'm going to ask you this. Lakers, Milwaukee, both got A's.
Yep. I'm okay with it. Check.
Great.
Right, I think we all checked that one, right? We agree. Should there have been more A's than those two?
The Miami Heat should have got A's.
100%.
Ooh, that's quick.
We all agree. I mean, if you had the Miami Heat in second or third, other than Heat fans, I thought they would make the playoffs.
Yes.
People were saying, I think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did I think they'd be second and third at this point, Channing?
No.
With rookies.
With rookies.
Correct.
And playing rookies, to your
Playing
point.
big time.
And they're starting playing big minutes, and none had a chance to be in that Rookie of the Year conversation.
Yeah.
And I still think he's second or third.
And they're doing it by committee, and they're
Yes.
only going to get better as long as they stay healthy. I wouldn't be surprised if they got somebody to go there, made it just a little trade, got another defender, another 3-and-D guy that's going to put them over the top.
All right. Were there any surprises for you? Were you disappointed? Did you think that someone got a grade that was too high, that they didn't deserve?
Come on, I know you're the teacher, but you know what we're talking about, Steph. You
the
know.
76ers.
76ers, not a B+. This team, for me, I picked them to go to finals.
Yeah.
And B+, no, not right now. Not at all.
They don't even. I've watched them a
C-
lot, actually.
C is the highest grade.
C minus for me.
That's
It's just
the one for me.
you can't have that much talent, and they just still have the same problems that they did last year. It's just been compounded because now it's like so much more pressure. Now they got so close. It's like, what team are they? Are they Embiid's team? Are they Simmons' team?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to run fast? Are they going to play post-up basketball? Like, who are they, and what's their identity? And when things go wrong, do they look at each other and talk? And I went to the Boston-Philly game, even though they won, and they just don't talk to each other in the huddle. It just doesn't seem like they have good communication.
And I think also, Channing, they shouldn't be this bad on the road. The reason why, even though they got some new players, these are veteran guys, and defense is supposed to travel.
And it's supposed to be their thing, too.
They're long. They should be able to guard. They should be able to win more games if they won on the road. And that's why I'm still wondering, where is this going to turn around, even when when he becomes back, when he comes healthy?
I think a lot of people are wondering that. We talked about the Heat and how much of a surprise they were. A surprise in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
B++.
Right? I mean, people thought that Chris Paul was going there to maybe get moved again. He has turned into a leader, and now they're winning.
My opinion, Channing.
Yeah.
Front office had a vision of this team.
Yeah.
And saying, these guys have messed up our vision, because right now there's no trading Chris Paul right now. We're in the playoffs. Wait a second.
Yeah.
And I think it's great for the young guys. And I think it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting a chance to maybe playing playoff basketball again.
Yeah.
Having 3 guards and is working out. I have to take my hat off to Chris Paul is doing for these young guys.
If you look at really their starting lineup, Schroeder's been in the playoffs, Adams been in the playoffs, Chris Paul's been in the playoffs, Shai Gilgeous has been in a playoff situation. So they look Gallinari definitely. So all these guys look like, are they going to work? But it's like they really work. They're like the underdogs. They don't get a lot of attention, but now they do. Their defense is underrated, and that 3-guard lineup, like you said, has been a lot of fun to watch.
Okay, so when the season started, everyone knew all eyes were going to be in the city of Los Angeles, right? Clippers and Lakers. The Lakers, to me, have really performed beyond expectations early.
Okay.
Clippers have kind of slipped a little bit. What's your opinion? Who do you think has been fulfilling their destiny first half of the season?
Let's talk about what your end goal is first.
Right.
Okay.
As long as they're healthy. They have nobody that's hurt.
True.
So that means they get an A, right? Because if they have a total team, when it comes down to crunch time, I'm taking the Clippers. I know the Lakers are playing well, but Anthony Davis has had, his problems. LeBron has had his problems. Rondo has had his problems, right? So maybe if they kind of load manage a little bit, they will, even though they're not first or second, they're still going to be in the playoffs. And right now, the Clippers are taking care of their bodies, and they're going to be fresh when it comes to the playoffs.
And I think the Lakers got off to a better start because they had training camp. You had no Paul George at all during training camp, and we had to wait for him. And he's injured again. And I look at the standings right now, they're 1 or 2 games away from being in second place. So I would say with Kawhi having load management, I will give the Clippers a team. They're going to schedule by plan, and that plan is to get better at the end. And I think the Lakers, yes, and there's nothing wrong with winning. I'll take winning and have some cushion. But to Channing's point, when did you start scaling back a little bit and getting ready for the end? And I'm not saying you have to have low management. There's just some games you might sit some players and maybe miss some practices, but you're going to have to start figuring out for at the end of the season, because the Clippers are doing it. They're sticking to their plan.
They are very diligent with that plan.
As you should.
All right, gents. Excellent job. I appreciate the breakdown and your opinions. Mike Conley, we were just talking about him earlier, of the Utah Jazz. We're going to talk a little bit more about the rest of the happenings around the NBA tonight.
Make no mistake, we see you. Hope you're ready for a rapid-fire edition of Game Time. I'm Matt Weiner. That's 3D. Dennis Scott right over there, jamming a full Wednesday night into the next 30 minutes. First, though, the biggest news of the day was not a game or a performance, but a promise. Zion Williamson is on track to make his NBA debut next week, Wednesday. Pelicans Executive Vice President David Griffin said the team is targeted next Wednesday night at home against the Spurs for Zion's first game. The number 1 overall pick has spent the first half of his rookie year recovering from October knee surgery. All right, to the game. Stop number 3 in the Magic's 6-game trip pitted them against the West's best in L.A. Terrence Ross thought he had something, and he had He had nothing.
They had nothing. The block party. JaVale McGee, get that shot out of here.
But that wasn't really representative of the first half. Orlando led by 20. Third quarter, Aaron Gordon helping himself.
Special move, pump fake. You get JaVale McGee off the feet, and then you throw it off the backboard. Tracy McGrady smiling somewhere.
Suddenly an all-star game is broken out at Staples, and then Gordon kind of dunked that, but incredible either way.
He just threw it in there.
Wow, and the Magic would lead by 21 in the second half as well. Here comes LeBron, left-handed and one, and then Quinn Cook to LeBron for the corner three. James, 2 of 9 from three-point range. He finished with 19 points. As a team, they hit 15 of 38. They closed the third quarter on a 22-2 run, and we've got ourselves a ball game. Markelle Fultz making stuff happen, and then Gordon again.
Unbelievable, man. Just JaVale McGee, just let him go. You just bumped him, made him jump higher.
Where's McGee going, by the way? Gordon had 21. James knocks down the pull-up three, and it's a one-point game, 116-115. No Evan Fournier for the Magic in this game. He was out, so who's going to finish? Markelle Fultz, second career triple-double, 21 points, 11 boards, 10 assists, 1 cramp, as you see there. James
drive
late.
it, LeBron.
Nope.
Put pressure on the defense. You get calls late in the game.
9-game win streak is over.
I'm not a disappointed type of guy. We just got to be better. I'm excited about, very pleased with the way our effort. We didn't start the game out the right way, but not disappointed in anybody or anything that we did.
Yeah, the bench guys really came through tonight, specifically Quinn, and of course, as you call him, Layup.
Yeah, absolutely. Our bench is the reason why there was a game at the end, because they just came in and they produced everything that we needed.